Alright, what's going on everybody, it's Liam here, and welcome to today's video on the channel. And in today's video, I have the best level 160 fire builds for y'all. We will be covering both classic and advanced mode, which is basically PvE and PvP. The devs want us to start referring to things that way, so I guess we'll start doing that. I'll start off with PvE slash classic mode, obviously, because it's the elephant in the room. Most people like PvE and stuff like that. So yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it. Now, I will be having timestamps for PvE slash classic and PvP slash advanced in obviously the bar and in the comments below if you guys are interested in skipping between both points. But basically, on a fire here, you actually get really good stats. You get about 9.5k, 210 damage, 22 resist, which again doesn't really matter that much. 42 accuracy, which is more than enough. Really good crit, really good block. 47 pierce, which is a lot. Conserve doesn't really matter very much in classic mode. Really good pips and decent shad rating. So what I am running for this is the Dragoon hat with the new Melody 160 raid robe. If you don't know how to get this, you have to play raids, get the drop, and then farm and novice to get the pixels to upgrade it inside your guild crafter. Next up, we have the Aeon boots, obviously from the new world, and the wand, and the Athame, and the ring. These are basically all like Merciless, but for 160 essentially. So for the most part, your gear will be identical to the Merciless format. Obviously, we are running the Dragoon Amulet still because the solid 4-pip AoE is very good. Some other alternatives would be the Darkmoor Amulet, I think the 4 Pierce and critical one. I run that on my Storm, it's pretty good. I do not have it on my Fire right now, but if you ran that instead, you would probably be looking at, 1 more resist and 51 pierce, which is pretty nuts for a fire. Then obviously we have the classic Phyllosaur with the set bonus on the mount to get the extra 8 damage, which is pretty nice. Your deck, you can probably get a better one with a bit more crit rating, like around 70 crit rating if you would like. I just don't really care to at the moment, but you are going to want to have a accuracy triangle jewel and a pip triangle jewel on your theme and your deck. So yeah, man, these stats are really good. Again, your health is pretty solid. Your damage, your pierce, your crit, it's all really good. Your block, it's very good. Resist doesn't really matter much in PvE because of how high the, boss and mob pierce, base pierce is. So it doesn't really matter that much. Even if you have more resist, they'll pierce through all of it, so who really cares, right? The only thing that I feel like you could debate that would be better is to run the Uber hat like I do on my Storm Wizard, or the Malevolent Fire Cap from Lemuria. I do not have either of those at the moment, unfortunately, but I would imagine those two would be the only other viable upgrades to get away from the Dragoon hat. But if you do not have Uber or Malevolent like I do, running Dragoon hat is basically identically the same thing. Plus, obviously, you get the nice item card of Mass Fire Trap. Alright, so now for the Fire PvP slash advanced mode build, things are going to get a little bit different. Now, I am going to admit this one is a little bit pay to win. Unfortunately, to my knowledge, you do need a stat mount to make these stats be perfect. One really nice thing about this, though, is the fact that every single bundle right now is 50% off on the King's Isle website. I think there's 30 bundles there or something like that. So I know me personally, I bought the mount today. It is the Crystal Unicorn you're going to want. So it's like the Jewel Crafters bundle. I think it's like 14 bucks over on the website. So I copped that for this video. You will need this to get max accuracy for this build, and now would be the best time to get it since, it's Christmas and it's on sale for another 6 days until December 16th. So yeah, the stats you get with this build is about 9.4k. I can probably get 9.5k if I have better jewels, but I do not have that yet on the fire. 172 damage, 56 resist, perfect accuracy. Crit is a bit low, but you can't really do much about that, and it's honestly not a big deal. Pretty solid block for a fire, really good pierce, perfect pips, good shad rating, and pretty consistent pip conserve. So what I'm running to get this is the Void hat upgraded to 160. Again, you have to do a raid, and then once you get the piece you want, you have to, farm in Novus to get pixels, polygons, and then you upgrade it at your guild crafter. The next thing I have is the Aeon Cape with the Aeon Boots. Now you can get these, obviously free to play, farming in Novus as well. Same thing with the wand. Now you could swap out the wand for the Nullity wand in a lot of wand talk, by the way, in obviously the raid. But I think giving up 6 damage for 55 pierce is a bit absurd, especially when half the schools only have like 50 resist right now. You're gonna pierce through like 99% of their resist. So at that point, I think raw damage is more important. Hence is why I'm advising to run the Aeon Sword. Obviously, the Aeon Ring and a theme as well. I am running a Death Mastery for Putrefaction. And then I am running, obviously, Delusion to counter weaknesses as well, which is pretty solid. Now, this is the pet I would recommend on a fire. Again, it's a lot of raid gear, I know, guys, but you're going to want these talents. The Dark Pact pet on a fire is really good, right? Especially right now, you can just keep on buffing. If they shield, you punish them with Elephant or, one of the new spells, right? Or if they weakness you now you can Dark Pact. And even if they counter it, right, you can run them out of pips and outplay them if you do a Dark Pact at a good time. Not to mention, it makes it a lot easier to, OT into a Shad with Dark Pact. But if you don't have this pet, I'd probably have to recommend either the Phyllosaur or the Bubble Pet. The Bubble Pet is a really good pet for Fire Wizards since Heffy is pretty, expensive in pip cost. It's really nice to have an extra bubble copy to help you win that bubble war. So I'd recommend either one of these pets, but personally, if you have it, I would go for the Deadly Null Dragon with these talents. If you want help making any of these pets, you can just stop by in one of my streams over on Twitch or join my Discord server. I think the link is in the description below. If you need some help, just let me know and I can help you and lend the pets. Then obviously we have the Crystal Unicorn, and I have the Supreme Ancient One deck for solid health, pip conserve, and block rating. You could swap this deck for like the Judge one if you want for a bit more P-serve. I don't think it matters that much. I would personally rather have my block rating over 500 crit, personally, me as a player. And now if you do not have the Crystal Unicorn mount, your accuracy is actually only 28, and what's kind of tough about fire stats right now in general in the meta is no matter what you do, even though you have a utility piece of gear on your robe, hat, or shoe with sniper, no matter what right now as a fire, you do not get max accuracy, right? Every other piece of, era and void nullity gets you lower than 28 accuracy. So 28 is the highest you can get on a fire. And at that point, you slap on the 2 accuracy to get max accuracy, right? So fire stats are kind of like pretty down bad right now. Unfortunately, we're just kind of in a spot where running sniper and a piece of utility gear as in like not, Aeon, obviously, which has good stats. Utility gear just isn't enough with sniper for offensive schools. So we're kind of in like a weird middle place right now, so I hope King Sal can figure that out in the future. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions about this stuff in the comments below, guys. It was a lot of fun making this video. I'm honestly enjoying Fire a lot right now. I'm doing pretty good on him. I already got captain this season, regardless of me getting sniped pretty often, so I'm having a good time on the Fire. I hope to get him Marshall by the end of the season, and yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what build you want to see next as well in the comments below. I'm thinking it's going to be Myth, then Balance, but let me know. And yeah, hope to see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching this far, and I'll see you later. And as always, take care, guys.